coming to you raw and unscripted. Beaming across Ontario and beyond to places like Port Perry, Maple, Burlington, and Corktown. This is the Real Hickson Real Estate Podcast. Whether you're listening on your commute or putting on your suit, whether it's your morning stroll or you're on patrol, you just finished prayer or dropped the kids at daycare, you're in the bar, your car, or listening with the bathroom door ajar, near or far, this is the Jess and Giro Show. We're grateful for flattery and prone to inaccuracies. This is your guide to Toronto culture, people, events, news, but most importantly, real estate talk. Hello guys, hello, yes, we're back. It's Giro here and it's...
Jess.
Yeah, just Jess?
Yeah.
You gotta say it better like that, Jess.
What do you mean?
You gotta be like, it's Jessica.
It's me, Jessica.
It's me, Jessica, and it's me, Giro. Now we're both back. First thing, before I say anything else, Jess, first thing I have to say is, how poorly did that intro age?
We are not doing any of the things.
If you listen back to that intro, in case you skipped it, you'll notice that there's a lot of things that I mentioned that we currently cannot do. Yes, this is the episode. We're in the middle of quarantine. We're at the end of May here. And we're
Phase
sorry,
one.
aren't we, Jess? Days what?
We're in phase one.
Phase one. But yes, Jess and I, we want to say sorry to you guys. We haven't uploaded since early March.
Yes, before our lives were flipped upside down.
Before our lives were flipped upside down. And it's funny because at that point, that was just before March 15th. I think everyone can agree that the time that this all flipped was when the NBA was cancelled on the 15th.
I think it was the 13th.
13th,
yeah,
something like that. And then we went into lockdown on the 15th or something like that. So
yeah, don't remember exactly.
Anyway, so we do apologize, guys. It kind of sent us for a spin. Obviously, we've been spending a lot of time, working with our brokerage, understanding new concepts and new ways of doing things, and also like our the way that our business is going. It's just a little bit stunted.
The new normal is really
the new normal. So we also kind of felt that it was a little kind of insensitive to be advertising real estate and as usual. So we're back, aren't we?
Yeah, it's still not business as usual, but
no,
we are figuring it out as well as our buyers and sellers are. Everybody's trying to figure it out.
That's right. So you could say this is the new normal.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not a temporary thing. I mean, a lot of people discuss like the way that we're working from home or the way that we're doing things in business. It might actually stick even after this thing's done, right?
Yeah, it's in the near future for sure.
Yeah.
For a while.
So we are still figuring out where we stand in all of this. I'm a bit of a stats guy. I do like to check the stats and just see where we're at. I think we're on the downhill, fortunately. But in the meantime, a lot of people affected, a lot of businesses affected, and it's a really sad time. But I think a lot of people are just doing what they can to kind of get by if they can. And trying to stay positive. So like, tell the listeners, what's quarantine life for us like now?
Yeah, every day is different and the same in a way.
Different and the same, right? I mean, we are still working in a limited capacity.
Yeah.
We are still going to showings. Safely, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But what have we been doing at home, Jess? What have we been doing?
Eating. We've been eating.
We've been eating. That's definitely what we've been doing. I feel like this is a tale of like Hansel and Gretel. Like Jess has been fattening me up. She just keeps feeding me. Like she led me to the candy house, and here I am. I don't even know if I could fit out the front door, to be honest.
I also feel like all I do is clean the kitchen. So
all we do is mess up the kitchen,
eat,
then clean it,
yeah,
then mess it up once more,
yeah,
then clean it also once more.
Oh, you're lucky if it's only 3 times a day.
Jess has been baking, and she made sourdough from starters. The starters have been fun because they're her little babies, her little yeast babies that she's been cooking and growing and feeding every day. And
Just
if you're
another
interested,
mouth to feed, really.
if we didn't already have big enough mouths to feed, now we have another one. I mean, we don't have kids yet.
Well,
Jess,
we have plants, and
yes. That the plants are my babies. I'm the green thumb in this relationship, but Jess she's the yeast mother. So that's what she does. But the sourdoughs have been exceptional.
they're getting better as we go. It's a learning process.
Lots of proofing.
There's a lot of science in this.
I've been learning Spanish, or should I say, yo aprendo español. Yeah, that's as far as it. No, it's been good. It's been good. Every day, a little bit. I'm not even close to fluent yet. I think it says I've learned 750 words, and there's 10,000 you have to know before you know fluent language. So I'm just one step at a time.
Big mountain to climb.
No, but it's been important to keep up, a routine. We got an exercise bike from where did we get it from? Costco. Great little exercise bike. It folds up. It's very handy. And we've been doing that, or we'd like to say that we've been doing that every day.
Some walks.
We're doing some walks. The walks are great where we are. Lots of nice walks, especially with the weather getting nice. I built some patio furniture for us, Jess.
Yeah.
I put up some festoon lights.
Yeah, our little sanctuary in the sky.
We have an extra room now outside. Once was a concrete slab, is now a beautiful rugged patio with some beautiful little flowers and some succulents and some herbs. Mm-hmm. So all very exciting stuff.
Which sounds so boring.
Well, that's what happens when you hit 30, Jess, I think.
And in quarantine.
And you're in quarantine. No, but it's just we've been managing. We bicker now and then, but it's all part of it. Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I want to kill you most days, but
but that's normal though. That doesn't take quarantine for you to feel like that.
True.
Okay, so let's get into how our business has changed. Okay, so obviously a lot more Zoom meetings with our offices to keep up a kind of abreast of what's happening in the real estate world. Obviously, we've stunted a lot of our advertising, and it's been more about reaching out to our contacts, our friends, our family, and just kind of offering any advice that's possible. I mean, the last we spoke about this, I think we said that, there was an issue that may have come up with landlords and tenants, and we offered some advice there. But basically, there's still a lot of questions. Some people just want to know the market conditions, which we'll talk about in a second. But we've just been reaching out to our contacts and just lending that hand if they have any questions about anything. And if you guys still have any questions about anything, you can hit us up on Instagram at Hickson Real Estate to see what's happening, some news and some updates. You can email us at hicksonrealestateteam at gmail.com as well if you have any questions. But basically, it's just been about trying to help the community and just staying home for the meantime and doing what we can to kind of abate this disease and this disaster. But tell us, Jess, so the showing protocols, what have we been doing? I mean, we have been to a few showings. What's the new things that we've been up to?
Well, before we go anywhere, we have to ask, if our clients are experiencing any symptoms, if they've traveled recently, if they've been in contact with anybody who may have contracted the virus.
Yeah, so we sign waivers
Yes.
and stuff like that prior to even booking the showings.
And then on the day of, we are with masks, gloves, sanitizer. We do not touch anything in the home. We do not use the washrooms.
Yeah, so basically, if you or I are going up to the lockbox, which is generally what happens, we're wiping it down, etc., getting the key. But basically, once we're inside, all the doors are open, all the lights are on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit different if it's a vacant unit. We're very aware, especially of people that are living there, whether they're owners themselves or whether the place is tenanted. There's a few extra steps in that regard. But I mean, people have been pretty good. They just head out. I mean, some people are glad to just walk down the road or walk around the park for half an hour or however long the showing takes. And so they're leaving all the doors open, all the lights on, so we don't have to touch anything.
And we're limiting the amount of people coming to showings. That's
right. So unless it's absolutely necessary and essential, we limit it. There's some people that like to take their whole family, which is delightful. It's delightful of them to want to do that. But, we really have to eliminate just essential people right now. Yeah. So what has the market been doing, Jess? Since March, I think it was March 11th we did the last podcast. Between now and then, what's been going on?
That's a very big question.
It is a big question. Look, I mean, we saw a big drop, obviously. Let's just go back a little bit. December, January, February. Huge, unprecedented months. Crazy. So in a way, yes, it's dropped since then. March, April especially. But we're coming back up now. And it's actually, so May right now, we're at around the same level as we were this time last year.
It's just the reduction of the number of transactions.
Right. So there's still the world of real estate, the cogs are still turning. There's a lot of buyers out, a lot of sellers still happening, but it's just the reduced amount in terms of volume. But in terms of price, we're kind of back to where we were this time last year.
Yeah, and with things starting to open up slowly, I think buyer confidence is coming back. And sellers' confidence is getting back on. So there's more listings coming out, and there's more buyers.
It's nicer weather. I mean, the spring market is here.
Wow.
Somewhat, whatever this version of spring market is. I think also people know where they stand now. Like, as sad as it is, if you've already lost your job, you know that you've lost it, or that you're being laid off and you'll get it back. Or if people still have their job and they're able to operate, then people know where they stand, basically.
Of course, yeah.
So
it's way less unknown at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's wondering if they have their job when they're shopping at Winners and HomeSense right now.
Yeah, that's it. People are prepared to line up. Yeah. They want those deals.
They will spend their money.
They want those sales.
So,
but it is worth saying. Yeah. But it is worth saying that there are some areas. Now, all of this depends on area, what kind of property you have. I mean, look, to me, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, condos are just always a good investment. Like we heard of a condo out in Scarborough that went for 35 offers like last week or the week before. I mean, there are plenty of people that tell you that the market's dropping. But how can you? It's hard to argue with 35 offers on a condo. I mean, I think if you would talk about some detached homes in certain areas, then I think it's a kind of a different argument. But
yeah, well, as we all know, real estate is location dependent.
Right, and I mean, if you're a buyer, for example, you see the prices drop maybe 10%, or even if it's around about the same and you're not fighting for offers.
Yeah, there's less competition.
There's less competition. Well, I mean, you are more obliged to try and jump back in if you can.
Well, and people have circumstances that no matter what's happening outside of the world, that they need a home of some sort. If you're pregnant with twins, and you can't live in your 1-bedroom apartment
or
anymore.
if you've already sold your place and you have a 60, 90-day closing, you still have to buy a place.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some scary numbers that CMHC's thrown out there, 18% drop. But Jess, isn't that like nationally that's going to happen?
Yeah, it's not Toronto specific, so.
And it's very easy to take that number and be like, my house price is going to drop 20%. But like once you put it against context of, well, actually, I'm in Toronto, in the GTA, which is,
It's a different animal.
It's a different animal altogether. I heard areas out east in Halifax, apparently sales prices were booming there. I could see that slowing down a bit.
Yeah. It doesn't have the same drive.
Especially with a core of the jobs being in the bigger cities, with the unemployment rate rising, all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I think if you have property in the GTA, I wouldn't freak out. I think if we compare it to the SARS outbreak that happened, came and went, the market absolutely bounced back. And if not towards the end of this year, I think next year is going to be a huge year. So I think, if anything, if you're a buyer, now might be the chance to kind of get in if you can, whilst people are a little scared and whilst people are a little hesitant. I think you'll find it's still not that easy. Do you agree, Jess?
Oh, yeah. It's not going to be like prices from 2010.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's what we're saying. That's what we're thinking. And I think, maybe in terms of where people are going to live, maybe after this all happens, maybe they want to move further outside of the GTA.
Yeah, if you're working from home and you don't need to commute every day.
That's right.
It opens up a whole can of opportunities.
Exactly. So, a lot of companies are saying, okay, just work from home now. So if that's the case, you can practically live anywhere with a good internet connection. Yeah. There's people talking of living in cottages,
small towns,
all that kind of stuff. And then you've got like the kind of in-between towns like Kitchener, for example. Google says they're going in there. Mm-hmm. That's going to, and the Go's going to go there, like a lot of transportation hubs. That's going to go gangbusters. We took a drive with some buyers out near Cambridge, actually. And I was very pleasantly surprised.
Oh, yeah.
That if you guys ever go to Cambridge and you go into the river, you go into like the historical area, it looks like Europe.
It's gorgeous.
It's absolutely gorgeous. So I think people like that, using that as an example, people are going to find these little areas. Newmarket has the beautiful river commons. There's some great places. So maybe that's just what's going to happen, which is good. Maybe it'll just balance out the market. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. Time will tell. Now, the next segment we usually reserve for events. As we all know, there are no events happening now.
Netflix releases or events now.
So let's talk about Netflix releases. I mean, film releases.
Yeah.
The movies are going straight to Netflix. Or Hey You, or one of the
Yeah, the Cineplex app or whatever.
Cineplex app. It's a new world. It's a whole new world.
It is.
But apart from TV and all of that stuff, I mean, everyone's watched everything. And that's a whole other subject if you want to talk about shows and our opinions on them. But the rumors, are they confirmed rumors? NHL, NBA, it's going to be starting soon?
July.
It's
pretty confirmed. 24 teams are going to the playoffs.
24 teams going to the playoffs, okay.
The NHL.
So, what teams are missing out?
Ottawa.
Oh my God. Are these just the small market teams?
Well, it was their standing, depending on their standing.
Oh, okay, all right.
At the time.
Okay, so how is it going to play out?
I don't know how it works. That's as much information as I have.
But what we've heard is like little whispers, little birdies, that it's like a reduced playoff or an amount of games before the playoffs, and then they play the playoffs, and it's teams that we're probably going to just tank anyways. That they're omitting them from that.
Yeah.
save them their legs.
Yeah.
Okay. And where is that happening? Where is it in?
I'm not sure. I don't think they've discussed all that yet.
Okay. I heard that in Orlando, that the NBA at Disney Park there.
Oh, Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Yes, I heard this.
They're going to create a bubble there, and same kind of thing. It's a reduced amount of NBA teams. I believe the Kings and a couple of other teams, they're missing out because they're small market teams, and because I think they weren't doing too well anyways.
Mm-hmm. And baseball's planning on coming back, hopefully.
I think it's all down in Florida, right?
Or Arizona, both.
Or Arizona, okay. Interesting. So that's as exciting as it gets, guys. I mean,
well, we're all looking forward to some live action.
All live action. There's rumors of 10 people gatherings permitted sometime soon.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that mean, people? That means don't go and join 10,000 people down at the park like we've seen happen recently.
Yeah, that is not the right way to do this.
It's not the right way to... You heard it. Jess just told you. And if I've learned anything in this world, when Jess tells you...
You better listen.
You better listen or the world of pain's coming. But yeah, so that's exciting. Hopefully they just start lightening all this stuff. I want to see my friends.
And family.
I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of over these friend Zoom talks. Jess, you have some reservations about them, don't you?
I have strong opinions on video.
You have strong opinions, and how do you feel about that?
I do not like them. Don't invite me to your Zoom happy hour. Thank you very much.
There's just too many people at once, right?
I will decline. Yeah.
There's too many people at once. Everyone's trying to talk. I mean, Zoom kind of fixed that a little bit, whereas the loudest person or the most prominent person in the chat, their face goes on the screen the most prominently. I guess that stops everyone else from talking, but it's still not perfect.
Yeah. I'll catch you next year.
There you go. All invitations are off till next year. All right, so I think that kind of wraps everything up.
Yeah, we promise not to leave you for so long again.
Yeah, we promise you guys it won't be too long between the next upload, the next cheers.
Yeah.
Next cheers.
Hopefully you're still listening.
And listen, in the meantime, guys, tell your family, tell your friends about the podcast. We're on Anchor FM. We're on Spotify. We're on a few other little niche mediums. And if you haven't already, jump on the Instagram at Hickson Real Estate. Jump on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Hickson Real Estate. And we also started the YouTube page as well. That not only will have these podcasts up there, but it also has walkthroughs, any listings and stuff that we have. We're going to chuck them up there. That's all part of it as well. All right. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.